The best of the Morning X on 99X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. The original 99X.
I forgot to tell this story when I came back from my trip with my golf buddies over the weekend. And this guy, this is one of those stories that just man, it freaked me out. One of the guys there, actually this is one guy I had not met before, who I met on this trip. He has been married for about 5 years, all right? He married this woman that they had been dating for 3 years, and they got married, and they've been married for 5 years. So, essentially, they've been together for 8 years. So, about 2 weeks ago, the guy comes home from work, and his wife is home, and he sees some false teeth sitting on the coffee table.
Coffee table? Okay.
So he says to her, what are these? Whose are those? And she says, they're mine. And she pops them in. The guy loses his marbles. The guy has known her for 8 years. He never knew she had false teeth.
They were married for 5.
Married for 5 years.
How do you
never
not know?
A rack of teeth?
No, I think he said it was it's kind of scattered. I mean, like her two front teeth. Two of them were her front teeth, and then one on the side or something.
How would he not see, denture cream or whatever?
She had somehow managed to hide this from the guy for 8 years.
Well, he was missing out. He missed
teeth.
out on a lot of good nights.
Oh, okay. Okay, Barnes.
Now, I can't imagine.
Saying, I'm just
I cannot imagine being with somebody for that long,
and not
get
knowing
married,
that fake
and then
teeth.
there's something you find out that drastic. No, I mean, I told you about the girl that I went out with, and after about 5 dates, she told me she was totally bald and had a wig. But I had suspected that to begin with. But okay,
But you were
and that
married
was
for 5
it was 5
years.
years, right? I mean, how do you hide false teeth for 5 years?
You
How can
don't.
hide
He must not know her very well.
what?
Come on.
I don't.
Nights shacking over, you might see the teeth slip out. You got to take it out, do your little denture stuff, however they stick up in there. I don't know.
Is
in
there?
her
Let me ask
30s
you,
having fake teeth?
can you think of anything, Leslie, that you didn't find out about Lanny until after you were married? Or maybe there's something about his past, an incident that maybe happened to him that you maybe said, I can't believe you never told me this.
Right, about the time he
Can
accidentally
either of you?
burned down a barn and was rushed to the hospital because he burned his legs. That was a wild story. But yeah, things like that come out all the time. Like, you never told me that.
I'll bet that happens all the time with married people. There's no way. I don't care how long you date, 3 years,
You find
5
things
years.
out.
You can't know every single thing. Now, granted, false teeth is not like a slight an oversight.
That's a huge
It's not
thing.
quite something you just miss.
What did he do? I mean, did he just say, oh my God, and continue on?
He was wigged out. I mean, he didn't. He didn't exactly leave her.
No,
but
you
he's
don't leave her because she has teeth that aren't real.
I mean, it would depend how many. But
Give a point.
Yeah, something you found out about a spouse that
anything
you didn't know.
A shocker.
It was like a big revelation.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
See, that'll stop when you pick up the phone.
Yes, John.
Yeah, hi.
How you doing?
I got married, about 6 years ago, and before we got married, I'd probably gotten a couple indications, but I had a couple friends that, my fiance was from out of town. I met her when I was in Cancun on a spring break trip, and a couple of my buddies, when they met her, was like, she looks kind of familiar. Is she from, this area? And I was like,
That's
no,
how you start a good
never lived here.
life. That's how you start a good wedding. You meet the wife at the Cancun spring break-a-thon.
Right. You're getting quality.
Yeah, well, she was gorgeous. She was a really nice girl. But
I bet she
probably
was.
about 2 months after we were married, I have another friend who likes to watch X-rated material, and he goes, "Buddy, I think I know where I know her from. I think she's done a couple X-rated films." And I was like, "Nah, she can't. Don't believe it. Can't do it." And anything. We produced the tape and went over and called me over, and we watched it, and I was pretty much, yeah, it's her, and brought it to her attention, and she was like, "Well, yeah, from a little stretch of my life, I did somewhere between 20 and 30 X-rated films." So,
Okay.
needless to
that
say,
movie-
about 2 months later, I got the divorce, the wedding annulled.
Was it called Urban Legend?
Hey, let me ask you, how long did you know her before you got married?
Let's see, we met in 93 and got married in 95.
So for 2 years you
roughly about
dated.
2 years, yeah. But she moved to the city that we lived in probably about 2 months after we met, so.
And did you see, and how when you confronted her on this, what did she say?
She was pretty honest. I mean, she was you could tell she was kind of crushed that she really didn't want me to know, and I think that she probably figured maybe one day I would. But she didn't deny it at all. She was, that's part of my life that, I went through, and I was kind of in bad time of her life, and I was like, I understand, but
Did you watch the whole porno?
Yeah.
Was she as adventurous with you as she was in her film work?
Well, I'll put it this way. There was no way she learned what she knew just with me. So she was pretty good, yeah.
And before you divorced her, and then you knew that she had certain things in her that she was capable of doing, did you at least hit it a couple more times?
Oh, well, there was even after we were divorced, there were a couple times afterwards that, late at night, the booty call happened.
Because I'm saying, you find out your wife is really a porn actress, then you realize there are certain boundaries that maybe you didn't think you could take it to that now you can. So you want to get that in before you
should have waited
give her,
to tell her that
give her
you
the
knew.
home game.
Yeah, you should have waited to tell her you knew. Right.
Starting from the first time we met, it was pretty intense at that point. But after we got the divorce, there was a couple times, like a year later, because she was definitely in love with me, and I guess I still loved her, but it was just a hard thing to live. I don't think I could have lived with for the rest of my life. But a couple times when I went over to visit her, and she had buddies there, so it kind of expanded along those lines, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
All right, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Mike?
What do you give that on the believability scale?
No, I don't know. I think I've heard that story in variation before. But, could be true.
Hey,
Never
know. We'll play it as it's real.
Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, should I kill the porno music for your story?
Please.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, you guys are not going to believe this one. Me and my wife got married in 1997, and I walked in her having a conversation with her family, and they all got real quiet when I walked in, and my wife finally told me, she goes, I have a confession for you. And she pulled out her driver's license, which I had not seen in the 3 years we had been together. And come to find out, she was really 35 years old and decided to tell me her 13-year-old brother is her son.
Her 13-year-old brother? That was really her son living with her parents?
Yeah.
Ouch.
You didn't know that her brother was really her son?
Had no clue.
Had no clue.
And,
wow.
And that she was 5
man.
years older than you to begin with?
Yeah.
Did you stay together?
Yeah, we're still together.
Well, now, the age thing, that's one thing. All right, so
But
she lied about
the
her.
brother-
But all of a sudden, you've got a step-kid that you don't know about. That's serious, because you may not have wanted a kid.
So,
I had plans on it.
Well,
And you just stayed there?
Yeah, we're still together. But that thing is, though, now I got a stepson that's
Well, what
10
did you
years
do?
younger than me.
Yeah, what
did you not do anything about? Did you say,
Did
hey?
you say something to her? What do you? Oh, okay.
Basically, I was like, why'd you lie to me? And she said, well, I didn't want you to leave me. So.
And
you
didn't.
just said, okay, let's just carry on.
Yeah, pretty much.
And how did you feel about now having a stepkid?
He's more like a little brother, actually, now. Because he's a big kid.
Damn.
Wow.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
no, that's a revelation you were looking for, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Looking for that revelation.
Information you'd like to know right out of the box.
This segment's not even close to being over, and you don't want to miss part 2 coming up next. This is the best of the Morning X on 99X.